This video is sponsored by Prodigy Finance. I'll talk about them in just a minute. What's up everyone? Welcome to another video. I know a lot of you are in this F1 visa situation. You are either giving one or preparing or finding a slot, booking your appointments, trying to prepare for your F1 visa interview. Some of them have already gotten one. So what I thought will be cool is to get some recent F1 visa experiences, and that's what this video is about. I'm gonna ask them 4 simple questions and you will hear from them what was their visa experiences and fun stuff. If you want to watch those detailed videos, it's on the Stories with Yudi channel, like the podcast channel, link in the description. You should definitely go and subscribe and watch the full episode over there. But this is the compilation. I hope this helps you in your F1 visa experiences. Before we get into the questions, let me introduce you to the guest.
My name is Ankit Kumar and I'm from Uttar Pradesh. And I did my graduation from Vellore Institute of Technology in Civil Engineering.
My name is Rishita and I am from Andhra Pradesh, from a city called Vijayawada. My major was instrumentation technology. Right now I am working with TCS as an SAP functional consultant. I am working in Hyderabad right now.
So I am from New Delhi. I completed my graduation in 2021 as a BTech Computer Science engineer from Amity University in Noida. And after that, I started working at Accenture as an associate software engineer.
Yeah, my name is Vishal. I'm from Bangalore, basically from North Karnataka. I studied my BTech in Bangalore and I graduated in 2019. From then, I've been working in MNC as a data analyst for the past 3 years.
So my name is Karthike Prajapati. I'm from Mumbai. Recently, I've completed my Bachelor's of Engineering in Electronics and Telecommunication. And just 2 days after that, I had my visa interview. And I'll be joining University of Maryland College Park this fall.
Now that you know them, let's talk about their profile. What was their GRE, TOEFL, etc.?
I didn't give any GRE. I didn't wrote IELTS or TOEFL.
Wow.
For English, I gave Duolingo exam because it was middle of the pandemic. I started preparing for my application.
Got it. And what's your GPA?
8.31.
I scored 320 and I've scored a band of 7.
Yeah, so my GPA was 7.85 out of 10. My TOEFL was 113 and my GRE score was 309. First time and the second time it was 320, but I did not submit my GRE anywhere.
My GPA was around 7.75 and GRE was around 320. 3 years of work experience. And yeah, that's it, I guess. I took IELTS. IELTS was total 7 band.
Yeah, so my CGPA till 7th semester is 7.7 on a scale of 10. They are waiving it off. So let me try just.
Without
GRE.
Okay.
Without GRE. So then I just focused on IELTS, and in IELTS I got a good band, 7 on 9.
Of course, after profile comes the university. What universities did they got admit and which one they are going with?
Northeastern University. I had
Is the Boston one?
Yeah, Boston.
Received my admit from University of Texas at Dallas, University of Michigan at Dearborn, Oklahoma State University, University of North Texas, University of New Haven, etc. A couple of more universities.
Yeah, so I got admits from NYU, from UIUC, and Northeastern and Duke. And I got rejected from Columbia and USC.
So you chose Duke as your university, and what major?
Yeah, it is engineering management, MS in engineering management with a specialization in product management.
Okay, actually, I got only one reject and rest of the admits. The one reject is from Indian University Bloomington, that is Masters in Data Science. The other universities I applied were Northeastern and SJSU, George Mason and UTD as well.
And then what is the major in UTD?
Masters in Business Analytics. So I am thinking to take the data science and data engineering as specialization there.
So apart from Maryland, I got it from Northeastern, Arizona State, San Diego, and from Buffalo, I got a reject.
And finally, what was their visa experience? What questions were they asked? What did they answer? How did they got approved?
When I entered the consulate, Delhi consulate, there was a row. They were approving visa very quickly.
Yeah.
When I went there, they asked me, first of all, they asked that I-20 and one more service fees. I handed them over, and after that, I thought that visa officer was impressed because of Northeastern University. He said, "Oh, Northeastern University." I said yes. So he said so you are going to Boston? I said yes. And the second question was who is going to sponsor you? So So I said like my father and my sister are going to sponsor me. I have a saving of 20 lakhs and I have secured loan amount of 40 lakhs. And he said he didn't ask what was their profession and all. And then asked what was your CGPA in your undergrad. Then I said it was 8.31, and after that he said your visa is approved. It was so simple.
Before you go to the next part of the video, let me talk about Prodigy Finance, who is the sponsor of this video. If you haven't heard about them, I'll be really surprised. But if you haven't heard about them, they are the company who gives education loan for the students who want to study abroad, especially in United States. One of the best thing I love about Prodigy Finance is the no collateral. It's very important for people like me who are from lower middle class family, who don't have properties to show to the traditional banks. Like, hey, here's my property, I'm going to put it as a collateral, give me a loan. We don't have that. And if you don't have that, then Prodigy Finance is the way to go, because they don't judge you based on what you have. They judge you based on your skill set, your profile, your value you're going to bring, your successful career. They are putting money on you versus what you have as a security. And I love their process. It's super simple, very easy. If you go to their website, link in the description, use my link, go to their website, just put your information. Within few minutes you will get the results and they'll tell you the next steps. Very easy process. I highly recommend you to check it out. Link in the description. Again, I have recommended Prodigy Finance to several of my subscribers and community members. So if you're watching it and if you don't know about them, check it out, link in the description. And now let's get back to the visa experiences.
Biggest fear, the visa interview day, the big day.
Yeah.
My slot was at 11 a.m. But then the people who appeared for the interview the previous day, they suggested me to go reach the place at 8 a.m. only. Sorry, I forgot to mention that my consulate was at Delhi. She directed me to counter number 13. There was a Vivo American guy, American Bal guy, in his 30s probably. So I went, stood in the line. There were 2 rejections, and I was literally shivering.
So rejection right in front of you, like?
Yeah, right in
wow.
front of me.
Okay, so you were scared and nervous, huh?
Yeah. So, good morning, officer. How's your day? He just nodded. He didn't reply. He asked me to wait for a couple of minutes. He went, grabbed his coffee, came back. He asked for the I-20 series and my passport. I passed them. He directly took the passport and put it in the acceptance tray. I was really shocked. Then he picked up my I-20 and he was like, which college are you going? Which university are you going to? I answered, I'm going to the University of North Texas at Denton. And then he asked, how much is the loan amount that you've secured from any bank? I was about to complete my answer, but he interrupted. He was not interested to listen the answer also. He said, scan your left hand 4 fingers and then you can collect your documents with your right hand 4 fingers. He was all chill. He said, have a good stay in the US. Your visa is approved. You can collect it within 5 business working days. And that's
wow.
it.
So like really just 2 questions.
Yeah, it was hardly 30 seconds probably.
My interview was scheduled at 9:50, but I reached there around 8:30 a.m. and they let us in 15 minutes time.
And which consulate?
In Delhi.
Okay, Delhi. Yeah.
Yeah, and there was the security check and your passport checking happened outside the embassy, and they asked us to wait for 15-20 minutes, and they were sending people in row wise. I got the first counter, and it was an American guy. He was a middle-aged guy, and he was really chill. There were 2 people in front of me who also were applying for F1, and they got accepted. So it really boosted my confidence.
Nice. Yeah.
For me, he just first he checked my right hand fingerprints, and after that I passed him my I-20 service and passport. He scanned that and he was like, oh, so you're going to Duke University? I said, yes, I'm going to pursue engineering management from their engineering school. And he was like, okay, so what skills are you looking forward to gain there? and I said that I'm going to transition from software engineering to product management, and these are the sort of skills that I'm hoping to gain there, and what all electives I'm going to take. But he interrupted me in between, so I had a long answer prepared, but he just interrupted me, and he
Right.
was like, "Okay, so what is your funding like? How are you going to fund yourself?"
Yeah.
And I was nervous for this because I took a loan of from finance worth $90,000, so it is a bit on the higher side, and I was scared that what if they cross question me or something like that. But that didn't happen. I directly said I have a loan from finance worth this plus my parents are sponsoring me with their FDs and savings. But he was not listening to my answers very carefully. He was just very quickly, it was like a rapid fire round, and then he was like, okay, fine, then what does your father do and what is his annual income? I said he works as a IT consultant in so and so company, and this is his income. And he was like, okay, seems like everything is in order here. And before anything, he said, like, you're going to love Durham. It's a beautiful city, and North Carolina is one of the most beautiful states in US.
Yeah,
And I was like, thank you so much. And he said, okay, I'm approving your visa. Please collect it in 5 days.
Nice.
Okay, my interview was on May 6th was biometric in Chennai, and May 10th was final interview.
Yeah.
And for visa interview, like I was very nervous, and yeah, since it was very early for fall, yeah, one like that lady said me like you can stand in counter number 30. So counter number 29 was like interview was undergoing. So once he finishes that, you can go and join in counter number 29. Unfortunately, that guy got rejected, and I was like,
oh, now more nervous now.
yeah,
Yeah.
seriously. Yeah, the first question for me was like, why UTD? Okay. I had structured my answers very carefully. Like, since I am a data analyst, like I work closely with the pharmaceutical industry, so healthcare analytics is my strength. So in UTD, they have a healthcare analytics as a specialization. So I stressed a lot about that, and in top of that, like I also mentioned them, I will be taking data science as well to expand my knowledge. And since I have data analytics knowledge now, I just want to expand that to data science as well as like few management subject as well. She told me you have 3 years of experience. Why why only technical? So I thought no, I'm not only going to study technical. I'm going to study technical plus management as well. So in future, I'll be looking up to like working in a management or a leadership role. And the next question was obviously like how many university did you apply? What are the admits and what are the rejects? Out of the box question was like, what was your second priority university and why didn't you go there?
Nice. What'd you say that for that?
Like I prepared for that as well. Like I told NU was my second priority university. I explained the curriculum, like they had more courses which are related to cloud computing, which is not my strength. So if I join UTD, I'll get n number of courses which are related to analytics, wherein Northeastern, like the more courses were inclined towards cloud computing. That was the main reason I chose UTD over Northeastern.
Very nice.
My every answer was like she was trying to question that.
Got it.
Yeah, and she was proactive as well. She was typing and she was looking at me, everything like. I was like totally nervous, but yeah, I managed to get it approved. They asked me about finances. Since what I would say like finances, I planned like around. I'll split the amount just to say that like they'll get a perfect picture. What I said was like I'd taken like 30 lakhs of loan and I have a liquid cash of 30 lakhs. So in addition to that, I have a scholarship as well. So these are the 3 parts I divided my finances: 30, and then a scholarship. My brother is in Singapore, so he's an NRI, so he works abroad. And she asked me about that, like when he's going to come back to India, what he's doing there, what's his company.
Oh,
and
wow. That is so different. I mean, I didn't expect, like, if it was United States, I would be still okay. Like, but they asked about Singapore as well. That's interesting.
Yes, like at the last moment, I managed to ask my brother like what is his like company, because I don't know what's his company.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
like that was lucky. And then yeah, she even asked me like what he's doing. Is he an IT professional or something? I told no, he's not in IT. He's a mechanical design engineer. And then she was okay. She again asked me what's my mother doing. Like said my mother is a teacher. And then yeah, she told like I work for Accenture. So she told like Accenture is a good US MNC company and your profile looks so good. I'm approving your visa. Like these were the words she said.
Yeah, so my biometrics was on 1st June and interview on 2nd. So
wow,
like
so
basically
like yesterday or day before yesterday.
2 days ago, yeah. I just got my passport today morning.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So it was just 2 days ago. So basically, if people stand outside, I was waiting for my turn to come.
Yeah.
Then there was a lot of line. It took me 1 hour inside the embassy.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, but the interview was quite short, I guess 1 to 1.5 minutes or something.
That's so long.
Yeah, that was long, but she asked me 8 questions, that's why.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, so like it was, people were standing in line and they were assigned the counters. I was assigned counter number 36. There was a Chinese girl over there.
Yeah.
So I went, I greeted her, good morning ma'am, how are you doing? She smiled, she was sweet. She smiled back and greeted back. And then she scanned my passport and then just looked at my I-20. And then she was like, so Maryland College Park. So you're going over here? I said, yes ma'am. Then she asked me, except this, what of colleges did you apply to? So I just named the ones which I told you ahead. And after that, she told me, so why only Maryland? So I just explained her that I completed my bachelor's and I just want to now focus in telecommunications and specialize in the field of computer networking. And by the time I was just mentioning the courses, she interrupted me and asked me, what's your CGPA? So again, I explained her that till 7th semester, I have this, and I'll be graduating by the end of this month. So she told, congratulations for that.
Yeah.
And after that, she asked me, who is going to sponsor you? So I told my parents are going to, and then she asked me what do they do and their annual income. So I just mentioned like my father's profession and my mother is a homemaker and their combined annual income. And as soon as I mentioned the annual income, she just started staring at the wall. I guess there was a chart. There was numbers written over there. So might be she was converting it, the INR to USD. Maybe she might be converting that.
Okay.
And then she asked me any loans. So I said, no, ma'am, the funds are sufficient to cover all expenses. And then she asked me, what are your plans after masters? So for this question, a lot of people told me that don't mention OPT because they might reject your visa. But I was like, it's illegal. Yeah, it's illegal. It's your right to do that. So I mentioned it. And I told her that I'll be opting for OPT if I get the opportunity. And then later on, I'll apply to multinational companies in India. So I mentioned that my target are TCS and Intel. And after gaining few years of experience, I will start working on my long-term goal to start my own business. So like when I mentioned business, she raised her eyebrows. And then she asked me what business. So I mentioned that in telecommunications. So right now my focus is on network automation. If I get if the trends changes, then I will upgrade myself. So that's all I told. And after that, she told me scan your left hand 4 fingers. And by the time I was doing that, she took the right slip and she was holding my files in the right hand and my passport on the left. So I was kind of worried, but then she told me like, because it wasn't in the tray yet.
Right,
so it was in
right.
her hand. That's why I was quite worried. But then she told me that your visa is approved. You will get it in 5 days. The second part I couldn't hear because as soon as I heard approved,
correct, tuned out. Yeah. Hope you find this video helpful in preparing for your F1 visa interview. And if you want to watch the full episode, link in the description for the podcast channel, uncut version. They actually talk a lot more in that full episode. It's only 10 to 15 minutes long. For your specific university, for your specific profile, you might be able to get a lot more insight. So go check it out. But that's it for this one. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, keep smiling and keep hustling. You gotta hustle every single day. Also check out Prodigy Finance. Link in the description.